Dennis Simpson from the beautiful shores of Lake De Soto. I have a question for you today. How much does it hurt? A lot? A little? How much does it hurt? Boy, remember your mom used to ask that question, ow, ah! How much does it hurt? And as a kid, scientists have proven that our sensors for pain are not fully developed. And so sometimes we would have a little pain and we scream about it, and we'd have an intense pain and we look at it and go, that's gonna, takes a minute for the pain to come back in, right? How much does it hurt? Question of the hour, my friend, you gotta ask. So those of you that know me and know my radio program on 92.9 every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. KVRE, streaming live, know that I usually refer to a man named Mr. Les Brown. Now, Les Brown, I'll recap for some of you that don't know. Les Brown was a twin. He was born to him and his brother were born to a prostitute on the cold floor of a Miami warehouse in South Miami and put up for adoption. And Miss Mamie Brown adopted Mr. Les Brown, who both of them had no idea what heights he would soar to. That's Les, L-E-S Brown. There's another jazz musician that's kind of named the same thing. And Les Brown went on to marry Aretha Franklin. He went on to be a state senator, a spokesman, have a TV show, a radio show, an syndicated TV and radio show. An incredible spokesman. He went to a college one day to monitor a class with a friend. He had no prayer of getting into college, and you'll know why in just a minute. And it was a traditionally black college, and the gentleman at the front of the school said, you in the back, come back up here and solve this problem. He said, sir, I can't solve that problem. And he said, no, young man, come up here and solve that problem. He said, sir, I can't. And he said, why can't you do that? And he said, because I'm educable but mentally retarded. And the professor looked at him and he said, don't you ever let anyone's label define who you are. There's a show there. Oh my God. I've listened to Les Brown for probably the last 35 years. Tremendous motivational speaker. There are motivational speakers who are up here. Les is right here. He's eyebrown with you. Let me tell you what, it hurts right here. Let me tell you how it hurts. Let me tell you how we're going to fix it. And Les Brown tells the story about a dog on a porch. Man went up to see the gentleman at the porch. The dog was laying on the side of the porch. He'd just moan. And the man was talking to the other man, and the dog would, So finally he said, sir, what's wrong with that dog? He said, well, that dog's laying on a nail in the porch, and it's poking him, and it's hurting him. He said, well, why doesn't he move? And he said, well, it doesn't hurt that bad. Now, I hope you find humor in that, but I hope you also find yourself in that. Change. I put a post on our Facebook page the other day. How many people want change? And everybody holds up their hand. How many people want to change? It's different. It's different. Yeah, it hurts, but I don't want to change. Whoa. Does it hurt enough for you to change? Would that be beneficial? If you changed, what could happen? I don't know. If I changed, then a lot of things could change. Would that be bad? Really? Psychologists call it a change curve. And that is when you gather the courage and the strength to make a change, then a lot of other changes happen. So if a boat, if a plane, if a car, if you are going in a line forward like this, and you turn, it takes energy to make that turn. Well, after you've made that turn, it just takes a little bit of energy to keep turning and turning and turning and turning and turning and become who you want to be, become who you were destined to be, become the best you, or to make the worst you, to end up unmotivated, stagnant. As Mr. Brown would say, when his TV show was canceled, he said he literally sidelined himself. Now, for a motivated man to another motivated man, that was enlightening, because I thought to myself, if somebody who teaches other people how to be motivated can just turn it off or turn it down, put it in park, put it in neutral, pull over to the side. And don't get me wrong, people, there's always a time to do that. There's a time when you need to put it in neutral and just catch your breath, see where you are. But don't park. Don't pull off onto the side of the highway and watch all the other cars go by you. You have to make that change. How much does it hurt? How much does it hurt? You say, well, Dennis, why are you asking me how much it hurts? Well, to be frank, I've had a lot of pain lately. It's hurt a lot. Some things I need to change, some things I don't. But I'm going to change. And it needs a change. You see, Roosevelt said, I love this quote, he said, talking about a problem without a solution is called whining. Yeah, I think that's probably pertinent for all of us. Talking about a problem and complaining about it without a solution or suggesting a solution is called whining. None of us like a whiner. I want to address an issue that hurt. It hurt a lot. And we made a change, and it's still hurting, and it's going to hurt some more. About a year or so ago, after years of discussion and research, a business partner and I decided to sue the POA. He said, well, Dennis, why would you do that? Because it hurt. It still hurts. And more than anything, and this is misunderstood by virtually everybody, it is wildly for the better good. It would have been easy to pull over and put it in park. It would have been easy to not say anything, as we had done for nearly a decade. It would be easy to let the status quo just go. They don't need us correcting them. But it hurt. And not in a ouch, ouch, don't do that to me way, but it hurt in, frankly, a global way, a way where it hurt people that don't have any clue that they've been hurt. It hurt them a lot. I'm not going to go into the lawsuit. There's no point in that, and that's not germane to this conversation at all. The question is, how bad does it hurt? Or are you going to be like the dog and you're just going to sit on the nail and moan so that people know that it hurts? Or are you going to do something? Miss Sheryl Crow has a great song called A Change Can Do You Good. I think most of us, if we're honest about it, and if we're brave about it, would say that most change, as scary as it may be, is what we do to get to a better place. We had Bart Langford on the show a couple of years ago. Bart is a registered forester, South Arkansas, has a home here, has a home in South Arkansas. One of the most incredible storytellers that we've ever heard in our life. Randy and I both were literally sat back on our heels by this gentleman. Remarkable, remarkable spokesman, storyteller, human person, funny, oh my goodness. And he told the story that he could have hinged the entire show on, was that he was in the parking lot of a college that he had had a full ride scholarship to. And he pulled up in the parking lot and he thought to himself, You know, I don't know nothing about going to college. I'm just a country boy that's been sawing trees and managing land. I wonder if I should just reach around and grab that chainsaw and go back to work. Not do this whole college thing. It's going to be a lot of bother. It's going to disrupt my life for years. It's going to be very expensive. It might be hard on my family. I mean, it's already a paid for scholarship due to anyway, you have to see the episode, an unbelievable episode. But somebody had paid for him a scholarship and he had to think it over. In the end, how much did it hurt? It didn't hurt a lot today. It didn't hurt a lot to go back to cutting a few logs. But if for the next 40 work years of your life or 45 work years of your life, that's all you were going to do, it might hurt a lot. It could hurt your future family. It could hurt the future you. But he made a change. And he made a little more change, a little more change, and more change. Today, one of the most remarkable people I know. He has some issues, or else we would have had him on the show again. We've contacted him 2 or 3 times. But the question is not Bart, it's not Dennis, it's not Randy, it's not any of these things. How much does it hurt you? In the sound of my voice today, I'm quite confident that there are people, you know there's a pending decision. There's a business relationship, there's a financial agreement, there's a business dealing, there's a personal dealing. And I'm not the advocate for this at all. There's somebody listening to me today that says, I can't live with my spouse anymore. And that is never, never, never what I'm going to encourage you to change. Except sometimes it may be the right change for you. Mr. Jerry Wilson has been on our show many times. Jerry is a Dale Carnegie sponsor. That's what they call a franchise owner, is a sponsor. He was a sponsor and taught literally qualified some billionaires with his personal training, and an unbelievable guy. I love Jerry to death. This is a guy that I'm thrilled when he takes my phone calls. Now, it's not like he judges and whatever. He's a super gracious guy. But Jerry said one time to me as he was going through his divorce, he said, when it is the obvious only answer and both parties agree it's what you need to do, it's still brutally, brutally hard and heartbreaking. I thought, yeah, I think you're right, Jerry. I think you're right. But there's a decision you need to make today, I suspect. There's something that you pushed back in the back of your mind that you know you need to make a change about, and you haven't. I'm not encouraging you yes or no. I'm not encouraging you to change your life dramatically, unless that's what you need to do. But I am asking you, how much does it hurt? Does it hurt enough to change? My suggestion would be, don't wait till it hurts that bad. Make that decision earlier. That's my suggestion. Dennis Simpson, from the beautiful shores of Lake DeSoto, answer the question. Literally, write it down. How much does it hurt? 1 to 10. Oh, I forgot to mention, I may be running out of tape and time here real quick, but medically, we don't know. The reason that everybody asks how bad it hurts and they want you to point to a little graph or a chart or give it a 1 to 10 or whatever is because for all the medical knowledge that we know, we do not know how to measure pain. We can't. We don't know how to measure pain. So you have to tell us, and you have to tell yourself, how much does it hurt? See you next time.